Okay, so you want to find the Laplace transform of t square into sine square t. Okay, before we start, I'll give you a property. That is, if Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, that means if you know the Laplace transform of a function and you know the answer for Laplace will be in terms of s, then the Laplace of t into f of t will be negative derivative of the above answer. So once more I'll try to explain. If you know the Laplace of f of t, then you can obtain the Laplace of t into f of t very easily. All you have to do is differentiate this function and put a negative outside. Okay, so I'm going to write this function as t into sine square t. And I'm going to start from sine square t. I'm sure in trigonometry you might have learned that sine square t is 1 by 2 1 minus cos 2t. If you have not learned, please make sure you note it down somewhere. Okay, now what I do is I start with Laplace of sine square t, and that will be equal to Laplace of 1 by 2 into 1 minus cos 2t. Laplace is basically integration, so you can take this constant outside. So we get 1 by 2 Laplace of 1 minus cos 2t. And now we can use the linearity property and you can split this. That will be Laplace of 1 minus Laplace of cos 2t. Okay, I'll write those formula here. Laplace of 1 is 1 by s, and Laplace of cos 2t is s by s square plus 2 square. 2 square is 4. And there's a trick to remember. C starts with s, just a memory aid. Okay, so we get 1 by s minus s by s square plus 4. Okay, now let's simplify this a little bit. I'll write it very clearly. That is Laplace of sine square t is equal to 1 by 2 into, let's take the LCM. So you get s square plus 4 minus s square, the whole divided by s into s square plus 4. Okay, so we get Laplace of sine square t is equal to, and this will get cancelled, so 2 into 1 by s cube plus 4s. Okay, now look at this. We need to find Laplace of t square into sine square t. So what I did is I found the Laplace of sine square t. Now I'm going to multiply by t. And what should we do if you multiply by t? You have to find the derivative and put a negative. Okay, so let's do that. So Laplace of, I'll use a different color so that you understand properly, t into sine square t. So what am I supposed to do? Yeah, I have to put one negative and then take the derivative of the above one, and that will be 2 into 1 by s cube plus 4s. And that gives me, this minus 2 will go outside. And I hope you remember chain rule. What is the derivative of 1 by x, 1 upon x? Isn't it minus 1 by x square? So chain rule tells me if you differentiate 1 by something, let's put a smiley here, the derivative will be minus 1 by the same thing squared multiplied by derivative of that smiley. So I'll do that here. So we took minus outside. Okay, now we start with this 1 by something. Can you see that smiley here? 1 by something. That will be minus 1 by the same quantity squared times the derivative of this quantity. That will be 3s square plus 4. That means Laplace of t into sine square t is equal to 2, it became positive, 3s square plus 4, the whole divided by s cube plus 4s the whole square. Okay, now this is not your question. Your question was Laplace of t square. Okay, so what I'm going to do? I'm going to multiply, because I know the Laplace up to this, so I have to multiply by t. So that's what we're going to do next. So Laplace of, okay, I'll again put that red color. And you already know the Laplace of this, t into sine square t. So what should I do? I should put negative and take the derivative of this above function. And I can see s in the numerator and denominator, and which should be with respect to s. I hope, yeah. Okay, so this will be equal to minus, so we have to apply quotient rule. So I'll keep this 2 outside, so minus is there, 2 is there. Now, do you remember quotient rule? Yeah. Denominator, you write the denominator as such, times derivative of the numerator, that will be 6s plus 0, minus numerator times derivative of the denominator. Can you see something squared? So the derivative will be 2 into the same thing times again 3s square plus 4, the whole divided by s cube plus 4s square, the whole square, that will be whole power 4. Now simplify this and you will get the answer. It's a little bit complicated, but if you have any trouble in simplification, you can just contact me through the messenger chat in my website www.sjmathtube.com, and I have made a few video tutorials for Laplace transform in my YouTube channel also. You can just check it out. Well, cheers.